Dating advice for men. Today we're going to do something different. Today I'm going to be answering questions on Instagram live, uncut, while you can see it. By the way, in addition to the technical advice that I'm giving, I also recommend you learning to talk to the camera, because talking to the camera is going to improve your overall communication skills as well as in the field of dating. So the first question, how to know when a girl just seeks attention and likes it but doesn't like you? So you have to understand that all human beings like presence and validation. It's not just that women, they're the only ones who like validation and they're evil for it, and we as men are these perfect saints. No, we all like it. The way you figure it out is by her actions. Is she meeting you for a date? Does she want to go for the kiss? Does she want to move things forward? If she's just texting with you forever, but she's not responding to or ignoring your date invites, well, in that case, she probably just wants the validation. Judge it based on her actions, not so much on her words. First question, done. On to the next. How to understand women. That's a very broad question. That's a little bit like saying, how do you understand psychology? There's basically two ways to learn anything in life. One, you learn by trial and error. And second is you learn from other people. We as human beings have gotten very good at learning from other people. And there's very few things in this life that you actually learn by yourself. What do you actually learn by yourself? Walking, kind of, sort of, breathing, kind of, sort of. Because the opportunity, not even the opportunity cost, but the cost of learning everything by yourself is so high that eventually it constitutes ending yourself. Because if you didn't have somebody to tell you not to jump out of a window, you do it, and it wouldn't work. So we're all descendants of ancestors who realize you need to learn from other people. So it's very helpful to learn from people. Read books, YouTube channels. We have thousands of free videos here. We have a coaching program. There's a lot of different resources available to you. Second question, done. It's a very good exercise for you also in public speaking and free flowing. Obviously, I know my subject matter because I am the best dating coach in the entire world. Whoop, there was a... By the way, if this happens to you, if you're giving a presentation or you're filming a video and you feel yourself stolpern, as we would say, stumble upon your own words, it doesn't even matter that much because it happens to everybody. The only thing you can't allow yourself to do is to get insecure around it, okay? That's the most important thing. All right, next, there's a bunch of weird questions here, by the way, that I can't use, and this is not scripted, so I haven't pre-selected them. I'm going through it on the fly, so I have to see. Are you going to make a video on how to properly approach a woman? Well, this is extremely nuanced and will probably take 4 hours. That's why that's something we teach in detail in our coaching program. Boom. Sometimes it's a little bit more like that. If she keeps going, but times to times say see this one, I don't even understand the English, unfortunately. English is my second language, so I understand the struggle that comes with it, but it's very difficult to answer. I live in a Scandinavian country. They are not open to dating foreigners in general. Any help? Well, a bit of a tricky one. This one I'm going to answer in private. Next one, because there's a lot of nuance that would require, because sometimes when I'm talking to a broad audience, then society isn't necessarily ready to have a nuanced conversation. Like this one, I can't also do. Her ex is a dealer and had her sleep with other men in front of my goodness. Okay, I've been talking about it here. Obviously, in this case, I would just say, don't date her and maybe pay for a therapist or something. Do some good deed. But this is not something that I'm going to be able to answer in this. Well, this is an experiment. Maybe we won't do this one anymore. Congrats. I'm from Argentina. Your advice is very useful. Thanks. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Okay, that was that. This one's good. Accidentally added my ex on Snapchat. I think she's ready to make out without being in a relationship. It's like, some of these questions. Okay, now what? What am I meant to say? Get over your ex? Next time I'll pre-select the questions. Advice on how to stop overthinking about women and to develop self-confidence. Okay, very good. There's multiple ways you can stop overthinking. One is you take so much action that you override the constant thinking. The next thing you can do is meditation, because meditation quiets the mind, it opens the heart, and you return back to yourself. But the single best way to overcome overthinking is to have a plan. Because the reason you are overthinking is because your brain is lacking structure. You realize what you're doing isn't working, so you need a feedback mechanism. So you can either give that to yourself as much as possible, you can get some outside source to give it to you. You're always going to learn so much faster if you're able to learn from other people. In terms of confidence, 4 sources: competence, getting better at skill set; 2nd, managing your mental and emotional state; 3, being around men who are truly confident; and 4 is beliefs. Auditing your beliefs, auditing the limiting beliefs that you have, because all beliefs we have either empower us or disempower us. Cool. Let's keep this running. I just want to get out of the sun because otherwise I'm going to burn. Can you just keep it rolling? And we get up, stand up. Cool. Oops, the mic. Got to take the mic with us. Posting this. Not walking. No. We'll just stand, I think. This is fine. Yeah, this is good. We keep it running. That's fine. How can we move on after breakups? We're still rolling, right? Can you lower it a little bit? Bit lower. Cool. The way you get over a breakup, first of all, I have a YouTube video and an Instagram reel that you should definitely check out. Spend time with quality male friends, time in nature, exercise every day. Make sure your sleep is right. Time with family, get more dates, start dating instantaneously. When you're in such a negative energy state, in a bad state, anger, frustration, loneliness, sadness, feeling depressed, feeling down, this state has momentum. There's something called state-dependent memory. In that state, you won't even be able to access truly empowering thoughts. So you need to shift your emotions first. The first thing is a radical shift in physiology, as Tony Robbins always says. Ice bath, sauna, or ideally just a strong workout, hour and a half weights, half an hour to an hour of cardio, and then time and social contact. The number one reason people feel bad is a lack of quality social contact. Boom. Absolutely key. If you're struggling with this, I have a video here on this channel. Check it out. Oh, very good one. Should men, I'm paraphrasing slightly, should men focus on their personal growth before thinking about getting into a relationship? No, because that implies that once you're in a relationship, you're going to stop focusing on your personal growth. Look, obviously women want a man who's got his shit together, of course. But if you're already settled in life, you're doing well in your career or your business, or even when you're just starting out and you're all over the place, who cares? Go date. It almost doesn't matter because you're always going to keep working on yourself. Personal development is never going to stop. It never ends because the second you stop growing, you start dying on the inside. Self-actualization is a goal that's worth pursuing always, and it'll never stop. There's no such thing as, oh, I have arrived. Yeah, temporarily you'll feel like you've worked hard and you're just enjoying the fruits of your labor. But let me tell you something, women value ambition more than current success. Yes, obviously success and money, hugely attractive, but if you let yourself go, if you're not growing, if you're not ambitious, if you're not working, even just on a charity, then they'll lose interest in you as well. So date now. You could say that I have a slightly biased point of view on that, of course. But what is dating? Dating is socializing. Socializing is always good for your brain. We are tribal. Next. What's the best to do when somebody ghosts you? Move on. Abundance, my brother. This world is absolutely abundant. Spend time in nature. Because look, what can happen is if we're in the office all the time and we're working, things can feel kind of heavy. But if you're actually out in nature, you go to the mountains, or even just like a park, like this in Dublin. You have a bald cameraman. Look at that forehead. Yeah. Then things feel a lot lighter. You realize, I'm grounded in life, right? But the single best thing to do is to just do approaches online and in person and create more options for yourself. John Barrows, he's a B2B sales trainer. He always said that a big fat pipe cures all. If you have a lot of pipeline, a lot of options, you just won't be that needy. Get more quality options. Boom. Next one. How can I attract a girl's attention? By communicating your personality authentically and effectively. You have to learn to stand out in your communication. If you communicate the way most guys communicate, well, she'll perceive you exactly like one of those. One of us. The problem is, the standard is very low, which is also an advantage because it's very easy to stand out, but you don't want to be like most other people. So you have to be fun and lighthearted. You have to understand that you've been rewarded and conditioned in your professional environment to communicate in a very logical, concise, linear manner, to overthink. And that's useful in a professional environment. But in a dating and relationship environment, that's not what's going to get her to stick around. Why are there billionaires who are getting cheated on, whose wives cheat on them with a man who's working in a bar and who has tattoos and who has all kinds of addictions? Nothing wrong with working in a bar and having tattoos. I think that's all awesome, great. But you get the point, right? Because they're fun. You need to learn to provide fun. Introverted or extroverted girls, what do you prefer? Wrong question. What do you prefer? You have to get more experience so you can figure out what it is that you want. I don't care what you want. I just want you to find somebody you're compatible with. And compatibility regarding values means the same. Compatibility regarding personalities does not mean the same. Fernanda's very introverted. I'm fairly extroverted. Now, 80% of my clients over the years, I would say, are pretty introverted. So I've understood them over the last 5 years, coaching men from 35 countries, hundreds of them from all around the world, extremely well. And I've been able to move them. But let me tell you something. I was extroverted in general and still sucked with women. Okay? I ended up in a marriage with a woman who wasn't right for me. So it's just a skill set anybody can learn. But Fernanda and I, we're very compatible. But that doesn't mean that two introverts or two extroverts can't be together. You just need to get more experience if you're asking a question like that. How do you get out of the friend zone? By not communicating like a friend. If you get friend zoned, you have to audit your communication. You're communicating in a very friendly manner. And being friendly in the sense of nice is awesome. Being friendly in the sense of, hey, nice to meet you, Sarah. Would you like me to get you flowers, Sarah, and chocolate and a postcard for a first date? Or would you like me to paint you a picture? Or some other ridiculous level of overinvestment? No. You communicate your intent. You build premise. You create a man-to-woman connection, ideally off the opening of the conversation. I really recommend you do this. Do short-form videos, do long-form videos. You don't even have to publish them. It's a very powerful exercise because you realize how much you actually suck at communicating. Now, you may be a good communicator in business. Fine, no problem. When your career. But you suck with women. If you didn't suck at your communication with women, then you'd have the result. And there's nuances. It's not just about fluency or tonality or charisma, however you want to define that. But it's about understanding the nuance of that particular context. Regardless, being able to articulate your thoughts in a somewhat fluent manner is one of the most powerful skill sets. Jordan Peterson says, one of the most important things a man should do is to improve his communication skills. Next question. Our communication has dropped and now we haven't talked in 3 days. Should I invite her out or just move on? By that you probably mean she stopped responding. In that case, you can send one follow-up message and then just move on. If she stops responding, she's not interested in you. Leave her alone. And even better, pro tip, post engaging Instagram stories. Because if you post fantastic Instagram stories about your life, not faking something, only ever honestly. Like if you check out my Instagram, I never fake anything. I show the cool stuff that I do, but I don't fake shit. Stop faking shit, but still post the cool things about your life. An Instagram story is like a direct message to all the women who are watching you currently without a direct investment in her, so it doesn't lower your value at all. Bit of a different format today. Hope you're enjoying that. If a woman that you're dating tells you, see, if they mention words like sex, then I don't want to put that into the Instagram story because it can trigger the algorithm in a negative way. They don't know that, so I don't blame them. I have empathy for that, right? I'm not clarifying that. When I put the question sticker on Instagram, I'm not necessarily clarifying that, which is difficult. Okay, multi-dates in short time, had fun, friend-zoned me. I didn't accept after 2 weeks. I liked it. Okay, can't really work with that. You are the best. Awesome. Quick little thank you. What to do if a partner, us, losing interest in relationship? Yeah, I can do that. I think you mean what to do if a partner loses interest in us. Well, it's very difficult to solve a problem perfectly once it's been created. you can only do damage control to an extent. Now, you can flip it around by creating space, building your value, either figure out what is it that she needs. Does she need reassurance, comfort, and love, or do you need to rebuild your attraction? It's one of them. But in the future, you just have to make sure it doesn't happen to begin with. Because if it happens to begin with, you didn't bring enough masculine energy. You didn't create enough masculine, feminine polarization in your relationship. How to know for sure that it's more than friendship with a girl? Some of these questions I can't even show you. They're very funny. They're very funny, but I can't show them. How to improve our texting skills? Again, whoop, okay, I'm gonna set one up. Happens as well. Again, you can learn anything either by yourself through trial and error, but this might genuinely take you 5 to 10 years, or you learn from somebody. This is something we teach in detail in our coaching program. We've analyzed probably over 1,000 conversations at this stage, created a genius texting framework. It's something we help our clients with in detail personally. Click the link below and apply for a free initial consultation. Same is true for you. Texting is just something that most men suck at. Most men really, really, really suck at texting. And I used to suck at that as well. When I met my mentor working for a big tech company called Salesforce at the time, many, many years ago, I didn't know how to do, oops. About to mess up the Instagram story. Okay, saved it, nice. It froze, no. It's freezing. Cancel, changes. All right. When I met my mentor working for a big tech company, Salesforce at the time, I didn't know how to text either. I remember I got a number, I was like, what do I do with this? I lacked any sense of structure. And it's completely understandable because texting is not like email. Texting is not like verbal communication because you're missing out on all the non-verbals that come along with it. So things that you can say in person, you absolutely cannot say via text because anything that can be misunderstood will be misunderstood. All right. It's very important. So, because look, isn't it such a pain? Have you ever had that where you're texting with somebody and it could be a friend, a colleague, a business partner, a lady, anybody. One text and you're immediately pissed off. You look, what is that? Yeah. One text can immediately screw things up. By the way, Matthias, there's not too much dead space over my head, is there? Okay, cool. All right, keeping it very raw today. Very raw and real. We always do, just no cuts. Who inspired you to become who you are? And your favorite book. Okay, cool. My mentor, who I met working for a big tech company in Dublin at the time, he basically helped me with this. I was married to a woman who really wasn't right for me, and that ended, and then I started going out with him. I learned a lot from him. I learned from one of Germany's best psychologists, Günther Schmidt. I'm not a psychologist, not pretending to be. I'm not a doctor, not pretending to be, but I learned from a variety of different people. My parents were great role models. When it came to relationships in general, not that, relationships in general, yes, but intimate relationships, I had to learn from other people more so. I've been in personal development a lot. Martial arts really, really shaped me. The important thing is that you take pieces of advice and you critically analyze them. You run them through your own filter. I want you to be an independent thinker. Never just take somebody's opinion at face value. Always run it through your own critical understanding of thinking. There's so many books. I would say read anything by Tony Robbins. Start with that. Cool. How to retreat after the first date in a nice way. Look, you're an amazing person and I really appreciate XYZ about you, but this won't make sense for us. I wish you all the best. Take care. She has to understand this is not a discussion. You don't want to waste her time. You don't want to waste yours because there is an opportunity cost associated with this, okay? With you spending time with the wrong people. Da, 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 da. Is it a good idea to shave off a few years on dating app or on a first date? What does that mean? To shave off a few years? Probably he's talking about his age. If you're talking about reducing your actual age, that's a stupid idea. Don't do that. Because then the first communication you're having with your potential wife or girlfriend or long-term partner is a lie. It's in part a lie. It's not good. Communicate accurately. If you have to fake shit, you're not going to have a proper relationship. It's going to taint it negatively. Really, you don't have to. I have clients who are in their 50s and 60s. It's no problem. Trust me. Opinions on girls that have been sugar babies in the past. Okay, I can answer this one here, but not here. Well, look, probably that won't make sense for you. In some cases, maybe, because who are we to judge? But probably not. I live in Dubai and there are many gold diggers. How can I filter them out? Again, I'm not going to answer that on Instagram, but I can answer that here. See, you're getting the behind the scenes. You're getting the, you know when they make a movie and then they have, what's that called? When they make a movie like Lord of the Rings, they have the normal version and then they have the special extended edition. Yeah, this is the special extended edition of the Instagram stories. How do you filter out gold diggers? Well, you'll only know whether she's a gold digger based on her behavior. What does she say? Does she send you pictures of a handbag or expensive earrings or certain accessories, or she wants to do a trip? If she's demanding things that are either expensive items or she's hinting at that, she's probably a gold digger. All women enjoy financial security. Why not? Everybody enjoys finances. But Fernanda is equally happy going for a walk through the park as she is spending $2K for 2 nights at some hotel. Makes no difference for her. Why do you insist so much on non-alcoholic drinks? What's wrong with a nice glass of wine? There's absolutely nothing wrong with a glass of wine. Absolutely not. I'm not here to dictate preferences. You can have drinks when you're on the date, no problem. Just understand why you're doing it. Are you having a drink or two because you really enjoy a glass of wine? 1 or 2. Because of the taste and you're into wine. You're one of the guys who really knows wine. Yeah, right. Respect, maybe you do. If that's the case, then okay. But most men drink to get liquid confidence. And also it's a type A carcinogen. It causes the growth of 4 or 5 different cancer cells. It's a neurotoxin. It eats holes into your brain. The science on alcohol is extremely clear. So I would encourage you to massively reduce your alcohol consumption. Absolutely massively reduce it. Don't rely on it for confidence. But if you really do it every once in a while and you genuinely enjoy it, cool, no problem. Ideas for a first-time date in the morning. Why are you meeting her in the morning? Just meet her in a bar, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. and have alcohol-free, or if you must, alcoholic drinks. If it's in the morning, go for a walk in the park. That's it. It doesn't matter where you do the date. You can go for dinner. You can do anything. If your communication is on point, if you're excellent in your communication, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter what the context is. You're going to be able to create a lot of attraction and connection if you stand out, no matter what the context or the setting. Give advice for someone who wants to get a lot of matches on Tinder. You have to build a fantastic profile, great pictures, lifestyle, social proof, status, professional photography, write a good bio, and good prompts. Boom. Some of them are a bit shorter. I asked her out for a coffee or a simple walk, but she hasn't responded. What to do? Meet her in a bar. But it doesn't matter. If she doesn't respond to the coffee invite, then she probably also won't respond to going to a bar. So just move on, get more dates. So it's on the one hand being abundant, and on the other hand, it's also improving your skill set. You want to have macro abundance and micro optimizing your interactions. So you want to analyze, not in the moment, you don't want to get into your head while you're on the date, but you want to analyze all the interactions you have and then also be grounded in abundance that if it were to go to shit, it really doesn't matter because you can always replace her. It's a bit of both. Should a failed first date ever be given a second chance? It depends on why the date failed. Did it fail because you made mistakes in your communication or because she exhibited strong red flags or even disqualifiers? If you realize, if you know in your heart that she isn't right for you, don't. Just move on. Don't waste your time. Opportunity cost. It's a bit different to the videos that we normally do, but in this way we're able to cover a lot of stuff that's hopefully very valuable for you guys also. How to overcome jealousy from previous toxic relationships so I don't destroy my new one. That is a very good question. And that is not to say that the previous questions weren't very good. They were also very good. It's basically a useless thing to say when people say that, right? Very good question. Anyway, gotta do that one more time. The way you overcome jealousy is, first of all, rationally assessing whether your jealousy, the reaction you're feeling in the moment, is justified or whether it isn't. Maybe she's doing something that's causing you to... Are you walking out of the shot, my baby? Hi, say hi. Is she doing something that would rightfully cause you to feel jealous? And then you have to set a boundary in a calm and generous and nice way, but firm also. Or you just have to realize, oh, it's just an old pattern that's firing. If it's just an old pattern that's firing, become aware of the emotion and the thoughts, give the situation a different meaning, logically say, oh, it's all good, feel the emotions, let it heal. Mindfulness meditation, look up Jack Cornfield on YouTube, and you just allow the emotion to arise within a space of consciousness. And you heal it, and you let it pass. And then you just focus on something else to do. Most of the time you're jealous, you're not doing something. Just do something fun or productive. Really true. Most of the time you're feeling emotions you don't want to feel, you're just not doing enough. Massive action is almost always the cure-all. Or you just need to give the situation a different meaning. Good chemistry, but she told me to give us a time, so I guess I have to move on, right? Don't quite know what that means, but I think I'll get it. Let's see. If she means, whoops, more time. If she says she needs more time, that's usually a bad sign. I would just leave it and just move on and focus on somebody else. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't keep dating her. You can date her while you're dating other women at the same time, temporarily to evaluate your options, to then choose the right person from. What?
You were putting it here on paper.
In the beginning? No.
Now.
Right now? No, right now I wasn't.
Not right now.
A minute ago I did, yeah, of course. But only in one. The other one was an accident. Never justify yourself. Have a strong masculine frame. Yeah, of course I put you there on purpose. From Ireland? Can you answer, please? Just answer and see who it is. Thank you. Is being confident really attractive to the girls? Any examples, if possible? Yeah, being confident is extremely attractive. It just depends on how it manifests it. Confidence can be leading, being disagreeable, being assertive. There's so many different ways in which confidence manifests itself. I have a video on my YouTube channel, go check that out, on confidence. And by the way, it's one of the most important things that I help my clients with. Fernando's on a phone call right now. Is it possible to approach a lady who's just standing by the sidewalk, minding her own thing? Is all good?
Someone applied, but I was...
You good? Good? Okay, cool. Okay, because the YouTube video is running. We're not cutting that. Okay, somebody applied for the program. You can send it to Jackie.
Yeah,
Thank you. She said she's not interested. What can I do to win her back? Absolutely nothing. Move on. Why would you want to? She told you she's not interested, brother. Abundance. Abundance. Most men have one-itis, where they falsely believe that their happiness in life is based on one individual meeting their needs. Marshall Rosenberg, the founder of nonviolent communication, famously said, or not so famously said, I don't think he's even that well known, that it's famous because I've said it so many times maybe, I don't know. Any particular human need you have can be met completely screwed that up. Any need you have as a human being, any psychological need you have, can be met independently of any particular person. Your need for love and connection does not just need to get met through her. It can be met through a dog. Partially, you also need human beings, family members, or just so many other women. There's 400 million women in the world in your age group alone. It's abundance. Suggestions for a date after a coffee date. Well, in that case, you can either go to a restaurant or you can suggest to her to cook something at my place. Let's cook something at my place one of these days. Where are you from? I'm from Germany. Don't know why I did the hand movement there. It was a very flamboyant hand movement, I guess. The best, David. Sometimes I just respond with a picture. Boop. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Because look, we want to help the people who pay us, obviously, but we also want to help the people who can't ever pay us because they don't have the money. That's why we have like thousands of free videos. This is a free video. We're trying to pump out a lot of value to take people out of suffering, because I've had my own suffering. I really suffered a lot in the relationship with my ex-wife. So I don't want you to go through the same amount of suffering. And obviously, we're going to be able to help people much better, much more intensely in a coaching program. But even this is so powerful, okay? So I hope you're watching a lot of these videos. Okay, one more. Okay, 4th date, and she invited me to her place and is cooking me dinner. Good sign? Yeah, man, that's a fantastic sign. What more do you want? This is awesome. She already really likes you. Now it's just your job to not F it up. Enjoy. Cool. So, this was fun. If you want us to help you personally find the right girlfriend, life partner, wife, look, if you're a business owner or a man with a successful career and you're an achiever, you're somebody who takes action, right, who puts things into practice, then would love to be able to help you personally. Apply for a free call, and then looking forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.